Welcoming all of you Malabites and Malabrases to this amazing evening edition. 103.5 Unicorn Radio International. It's gonna be an amazing youth hangout. I proudly brought you by the Cross River State Ministry of Health in partnership with the UNFPA. My name is Obase or Thompson. While we're here, let me quickly, welcoming you officially to this amazing program where we talk about you, we talk about, young people, we talk about everyone, really matters in this particular show. So when it's time, we're going to be, bringing up, introducing our guest on the studio. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial. thank you so very much for staying tuned with us. 103.5 Uneka Radio International. Okay, so this evening, let me quickly introduce my guests on the studio. This year, 2025 Youth Hangout, proudly brought to you by the United Nations Population Fund in collaboration with the Cross River State Ministry of Health. Okay, so right away this morning, this evening per se, I introduced to you Nurse Atim Asuquo. She is a reproductive health, coordinator, State Ministry of Health. You're welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Okay, so we also have here in the studio Miss Rachel Idim, member of the UNFPA Cross River State Sub-Office. You're welcome to the studio.
Thank you, sir. UNFPA YPP, Youth Participatory Platform.
Okay, so it's good to have you here on the show. All right, so this evening, we'll be talking a whole lot that has to do with, young people in our midst, and of course, across River State particularly. All right, so before we begin, let's quickly, listen to some of those informations that young people have unably shared with us, and so we'll quickly, be playing this particular a message, coming from young people in Cross River State. So, as we listen, to you out there, don't forget when it's time, we'll also be turning in our phone line, so you'll also be part of this conversation. Stay.
What is the right age to venture into a romantic relationship?
24 years.
22, 18 down.
Love, relationships, and respect are things that we encounter in everyday living. Today, we take the conversation out of the studio to the campus to have one-on-one conversations with students and get to find out how to navigate through relationships and, of course, love. My name is Van Henjo and I am with Unico 103.5 FM. This program is sponsored by the United Nations Population Fund in collaboration with the Cross River State Ministry of Health. You do not want to miss a single second of this exciting episode of Street Talk. What does love mean to you? Love means affection.
Comfort, patience, and care.
My daily interaction with people, where I'm able to make positive impacts in my life.
It's something that you have to be compassionate about. Yes. You have to feel it. You cannot love somebody when you yourself you don't have love.
What age do you think is the appropriate age to be in a romantic relationship? Because we live in a time where young people are already venturing into a relationship. So what age do you think is ideal for a romantic relationship and why?
Actually, I don't have any specific age for someone to venture into a romantic relationship. Everything is all built on mindset and maturity. If you think you're matured enough to handle the outcome of a romantic relationship, then why not?
At least as a female, just 24 years, 25 years, not that bad. But before that age, you might have learned a lot from your parents.
The right age should be 22.
22. Why
Yes.
22?
At least you are more matured.
For me, I feel it's at the age of 18.
18, okay.
Yeah, because it's like the legal age here in Nigeria for anything.
What qualities do you look out for when you're picking a friend?
I look out for the person's personality. What's your character like? What kind of priorities? Are you vision oriented? Do you have goals? And what kind of influence are you going to play out in my life?
Vibes, energy.
I look at your attitude.
What role does respect play in ensuring that a relationship is stable, a relationship is healthy?
Okay. Respect, they say, is the reciprocal. And that is why even in friendships, in relationships, when you do not respect your partner or your associate, you tend not to get the same thing from him. So if you actually want a relationship to work, you must respect your partner or your associate. Respect is very, very important.
Generally brings out the gentle side of people, and it makes people want to relate more with you because they don't find the reason why you should not relate.
It helps the relationship to grow stronger, and it's the solid foundation for a love relationship.
What makes a relationship toxic?
So that's when you don't share common goals. You don't move visions.
For a relationship to remain healthy, you need to understand one another.
I've never been in a toxic relationship before, but I think I've heard one or two stories about some persons too.
There's a way you can navigate things. Those things that make you argue a lot, make you want to fight, want to bully each other.
There are some kind of things you cannot make with this person. Knowing to this person can do such things, just leave it aside.
When it is parasitic in the sense that when one of the partner benefits from the other partner, whereas the other partner does not benefit from the other.
Okay, so we have heard it from, most young persons in courtship stage. Sharing all they have to say when it has to do with relationship, love, and all of this. This is why today in the studio here we have Nurse Atim, Asuquo, Ekpo, and as well as Miss Rachel Idim live here on 103.5 Unico Radio International. So let's quickly turn to you, Miss Rachel. Talking about relationship, talking about young people as the case may be. What exactly is relationship, and why do you think we need to, play such an important role in shaping who we are as young people?
Okay, so relationship, I would say it is like really a bond, a connection between two or more persons.
Okay.
And based on respect, beliefs. So when it comes to relationship, it has to be that mutual friendship. It's more about that loyalty, that respect for each other. So it also builds our beliefs, our values. You have to be with someone that you have the same value with. So when it comes to relationship, you don't just join into one because you see your friend being into a relationship, or because you just want to be in a relationship. Oh, of course, I'm a fresh on campus. I can imagine leaving secondary school and you had the strict parents, and then you're coming out to the university. Finally, I can now do what I want to do with my life. So you see other people saying, I have a boyfriend, I have a girlfriend, and then you just jump into one because you want to be in a relationship. That's without mutual respect. Look out for someone that you share the same value, you share the same goal. Someone that ready to see you to ensure that, as you're coming to this school, you're going to excel, not just because you just want to jump into a relationship or want to be with someone to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend.
Okay, that's well said. Now, while we're now talking, I just remember how a lot of young persons, due to relationship, have actually involved themselves in a whole lot of issues in the society. But then let's quickly, dive down to how we can actually tell when a relationship is growing, in a healthy direction, particularly. Now, let's turn to Nurse Atim. But definitely, we have a lot of questions for you, but let's have you share this thought, owing to the fact that you've come of age and all of these things, and then you have young people, in your home, and then just within you, and all of that. So how can we tell that, this relationship that my children, young people are, or generally, it's actually healthy and it's suitable for us?
Okay, first of all, in relationship that is healthy, you look at the goals, you look at the objectives, you look at what the society wants, the norms and values. You know that evil communication corrupts good manners.
Oh, exactly.
You have young people at home, and the way they communicate with decency and good words, you understand that is healthy. And you see them pushing forward to the academics and doing very well. You now look at it, a relationship that is healthy. They are not looking at sexual relationships. They are looking at platonic friendships, building trust and building a good environment within themselves, not toxic. These are the relationships that we parents are looking at. We had all these relationships, and we're looking at one goal: what is tomorrow, what is the future building for us? Relationship that makes the children obey, make them the society.
Key things that a lot of us are afraid of venturing into relationship, because I feel like I don't know, I'm a very cold human being, but then I'm afraid that I don't want to get into a relationship that someone, it's going to either get me angry, make me furious, and all of that. So when you say relationship is toxic, what exactly are you looking at?
When you look at sometimes parental upbringing, you see from parents, a lot of children have been influenced, fighting and all other things. Toxic relationship always quarreling. Those kind of relationships that are not healthy.
Okay.
So you look at where there can be calmness, there can be peace, there can be unity and corrections, not relationship that ends up with fighting, with police case, pushing towards negative aspects of life. Those are not the relationship we are looking out to for our children.
Okay, so let's quickly, before we go out there to ask our audience, to be part of this conversation. Now, let's turn to you, Rachel. Okay, so practically, there are a lot of practical steps that young people can actually take, to build and maintain healthy relationships. Okay, but then we still have a whole lot of issue where a lot of people might not be able to possibly walk away, from their relationship because of harmful emotional standards and all of that. So what exactly do you think young people can do to enhance a good practice, in case, okay, I don't want to again, let me work out my own and all of that?
Okay, so most times it's very difficult to get away from toxic relationship because you always feel like you're the fault. Oh, I'm the fault.
Okay.
So you always like take the fault for your partner. You always think, oh, maybe if I've done this better, he won't have hit me, or if I've done this better, she won't have left me. So you end up being in that relationship, giving excuses. So once you can ask yourself, why am I in this relationship? Is it what I want? Set a goal for yourself. Oh, this is a goal I want for myself. I want a beautiful relationship that is born on love, on respect, on consent. So most of when we enter a relationship, we end up doing things we don't want to do. So you don't engage in a sexual relationship, but because your partner is telling you, oh, if you don't do it, I'll get someone else on campus. Of course, we have many beautiful girls, Malabite and Malabrites on campus, and you'll be like, do you see that one day? I'm going to move over to the next person.
Okay.
So ask yourself, why do I want to move away from this relationship? Is it in line with my goals? Is it in line with my vision, my value?
Okay.
And also try to tell yourself that you're beautiful, you're handsome, have a very high self-esteem, because only when you have a very low self-esteem that you'll be like, oh, I can't leave this person because this person is like the whole world to me, the best on campus. No, just build a very high self-esteem for yourself, believe in yourself. Every morning, wake in the mirror, go to the mirror and tell yourself, I am beautiful, I am handsome, I am valued, and I can be anything I want to be. And no one is going to be like, stand between me and my goals, or because I'm moving away from a relationship, is going to be like, end of me on campus.
Exactly. So from us to you out there, if you're listening to us, you're live on 103.5 Unico Radio International. Don't forget, if you're feeling any of these things, and you're feeling like, okay, I am the one who is really the problem, I'm the one who is really the issues, or my partner is the one becoming the issues, is the one becoming toxic here, do well to visit softlife247.com, and trust me, all of the information you need about relationship is all there. Now let's ask you this question to our audience out there now, and also to our guest. Okay, so sometimes a lot of persons will say it is the boys who do all of these things, it is the boys who bring everything to the table. I read in social media somebody said, so if all of you bring something to the table, so who will be the one to break the table? So now the question that is making a lot of young people get so angry is when they ask the female gender, what will you bring to the table? Or generally, what do women bring to the table? So you and you out there, it's a question to all of you, listening to us. So you could be part of this conversation. The phone numbers to send, your messages are 0809-4444-058, 0809-4444-058. All right. So what exactly do women bring to the table? This is one of the critical questions a lot of young people ask in terms of relationship. So would you mind to share some thought while we're still waiting for our audience out there, to share their thoughts?
Okay, you say a lot of things and they actually ask, what do women bring to the table?
Yeah.
Number one, being a woman is enough. Going through care of a home is enough.
Okay.
Cautioning the children is enough. Bedding men is enough.
Oh my goodness.
Having babies is enough. Even when you don't want pregnancy comes is enough. The women have a lot to bring to the table.
Okay.
Gone are the days where women were at the back. Women are almost equal to the men.
Okay.
You see a lot of young women aspiring in different fields, political field, so many fields. So women are almost, in fact, in the next 10 years, we are going to realize that women are equal to the men. We have a lot on the table to bring. There's motherly advice is there. The care that most people do not know. Women have a lot. In fact, giving birth is enough thing to be on the table. And going through cesarean sections, going through motherly. Some women have done a lot. Like we have a lot of women like our minister, Gosi Okonji Wele. We look at other prominent women. I am a woman. I have a lot I have brought to the table.
Oh my goodness, this is just so wonderful. Oh my God, I just wish I could just play a jingle for you and cheer you up. Definitely, I am going to do that. But now this question is just popping up right away here. I do well to send your name. Okay, so this question is actually coming in, and then someone is asking when choosing friends, what key things should we be actually looking out for when you want to choose your friend? What exactly should I be looking out for as a man, as a woman? What exactly should I be looking out for? So this is a question to you on the studio.
Okay, when choosing friends, you must remember your background.
Okay,
where am I coming from? You look at your family upbringing first, and friends should be of equal thoughts, goals, and everything. Choose friends that have positive impact in your life.
Okay.
You cannot come from a positive background and go to choose a negative background. Friends have to follow the same route. You look at your friends. Why am I here?
Okay.
Academically, your friends are doing well. Socially, they are doing well. Every other thing, you are doing well. And you know that the elites are attracted to the elites, and the pro are attracted to the pro. So you look at people that match your goal.
Okay.
That is the kind of friends you should choose.
Okay. So, Rachel, it seems you just want to chip in over there.
Okay, just to chip in. I'm talking about more of campus because I finished from Nika. Of course, I'm a proud Malabrist. That's been over how many years? I finished in 2017.
Great alumni. Okay.
Yeah. So I was going to choose a friend on campus. One thing I did when I was in school was choosing friends that we actually have the same values, the same goals.
Okay.
So I went for friends that are looking for academic excellence, like friends that are looking for success, friends that want to don't just come to school and just pass through the Unical. Don't to school to pass through them too.
Okay.
Because it's important that we're on campus. You have to choose friends that align with your vision, your mission, and your values.
Okay.
So look for friends that have that want to bring out the best in you, friends that influence you positively. Okay. Don't look out for friends that today, they're partying during the weekends, they just want to go out. Look for friends that actually balance you, or both, you're balancing up both socially and then academically. Look for friends that takes you to platforms. We have Nika Youth Friendly Hub. So look at those friends that will take you to the kind of platform that will excel you. I know how many Malabites and Malabrists that have finished school, even before they actually finish the academic pursue, they're already speaking on international platform and national platform.
Exactly.
So look for those friends that are going to take you up to that standard. Friends are going to look out for opportunities on campus and see, like, I saw the opportunity for young persons that are University of Calabar. You can actually apply for it. So look for the kind of friends and have in campus.
Okay, so let's not leave you. Let's quickly also ask you this, because a lot of persons have a concern. We've been talking about choosing friends with values and ethics, the same perceptions and all of these. So right away, let's now ask this question. What signs actually show that, this particular person is okay for me to work with? What signs, are there going to be signs? That a lot of persons say, I am waiting for signs. Let me just see. And a lot of persons want to test. But what signs generally, do we or should we actually look out for when making friends?
Of course, there's always been signs when making friends. You want to look out for those signs, and one of the signs include looking out for friends that are concerned about your health, your well-being. Okay. Friends that will call you, we have a class today, or where are you? I've not seen you in class. Not the friends that have not seen you for 2 days in class. They don't care about you. Friends that you miss call that are sending notes to you. So look out for those kind of friends. Friends that influence you positively. Friends that always want you to be the best at yourself.
Okay.
Friends that are not afraid to tell you when you're wrong, because that's when most time we have it wrong in friendship. Okay. So you want to have friends that's always praising you, you're beautiful, you're doing well, even when you're wrong. So those kind of friends they're not helping you. So kind of friends are able to tell you to your face, this thing you did today in class, or this thing that you did is not good, it's not nice. Or friends that see you going astray and be like, when you came to this school, you're not like this, so you're very serious, what's happening? Friends are going to draw you back to God, because in Unical, seriously, you need God to finish successfully.
Okay, so everyone needs God. Okay.
So always look out for those friends that are going to help you academically, help you spiritually, also help you to grow with outside Unical community, because you also need to get work experience. Even as students, I know many students are finished from Unical, so those in public health, they have up to 4 years work experience already, seriously, and they're working. They have many international platform that actually work. When they work with us in UNFPA doing our Wise of Calabar Carnival campaigns, look out for those kind of friends.
Exactly. Now I'm talking about the Wise of Calabar Carnival 2023-2024, and this in preparation to this particular epoch-making event 2025. Are looking out for young people and of course inviting them, to be of good behaviors and all of that. All right. So we'll be going on a short break, and when we are back, we have a whole lot still to talk about love. Don't forget to for you outside there listening to us, you can actually log on to softlife247 and also learn on all of these things. Take a test, and trust me, you have a whole lot to win as prizes from the platform. Okay, so we'll be going on this break, and when we are back, we have a whole lot of young people out there who actually express their feelings when it has to do with relationship and lifestyle. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial. Welcome back from that short break. Yeah, you had it from him, Emmanuel, talking about love, respect, and care. So, and then he went for that to say that I think he believes that when you respect, that respect is even better than love. And so a lot of persons say, no, love is better than respect. So for me, I don't really know which exactly, because I've never been in a relationship before. Okay, so, wow. Yeah, so if you're just listening to us, if you're just joining us, it's 36 minutes past the hour of 6. Today, Thursday, the 9th day in the month of October. And with me here in the studio is Nurse Atim, Asuquo, as well as Miss Rachel Idim. So, yeah, I was talking about love, respect, and all of that. I've never been in a relationship before, but here we have somebody who said respect is more important than love when it has to do with relationships. So, what do you make out of this? Yeah, let's start with you, Nurse.
We are actually looking at three things: respect,
okay,
love.
Okay.
See, love is a feelings and is an emotional feeling.
Okay.
That you have from inside your heart. I appreciate this person. This person is everything. I think respect is that because I appreciate and I love this person, I have to answer yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. You know, that kind of a thing. Respect is that I don't want to insult you. But in love, there is giving.
Okay.
In love, there is respect.
Okay.
In love, there is a lot of care. But in respect, you may respect and there is no care. You may respect and there is no giving. You may respect because of age. You may respect because of the family background. You may respect because of the person's academic status. You may respect because the person is a man of God or a pastor or the age above you. Okay. But when it comes to love, it covers all. Love can take the place of respect, because whenever you see in African society, as a human being, somebody giving you, showing you that interest, caring about you, in fact, the respect is there. But only respect cannot take the place of love. Yes, the person respects you or you respect the person, but there is no love. You are respected. Some respect are because of fear, the age bracket, you get it. What a person can, I just respect you. But outside this, love is the greatest thing. Even the Bible says, love is the greatest. So I would rather choose that love and leave that respect. Wow. In love, you can eat. In love, you can flow. In love, you can go to school. In love, you can be pampered. But only respect cannot earn you any of these things.
Wow, that's so inside. So I think with this alone, I am ready and prepared to venture into a relationship this weekend. Now let's not forget that love isn't just about feelings. Okay, it's about actions and understanding. So everyone gives and receives loves differently, and so it also reminds me that communication is a key thing when you have to do with love, expressing love to each other. Now let's turn to you, Rachel. So in what ways do having shared, we talked about the shared visions and all of this, but then how can an open and honest communication help clarify feelings and expressions from to should I call it two lovebirds? Okay, no. Okay, so let me say those actually expressing love, okay, in any relationship.
Okay, so in a relationship, one thing that is key is communication. And I think that's one thing that we young persons miss a lot of time. So there's no open communication. We don't really need to communicate our feelings. Maybe your friend did something to you and you need to tell your friend, oh, this is what you did to me, I don't like it. But then we're not able to express our feelings or express ourselves to that person, because you don't want the person to feel bad. You don't want the person to feel sad, or a person to say, oh, I don't love you anymore, I don't like you anymore. So communication is very, very important in a relationship. It's very important for us to have that open communication at every point in time in our life. It's not about having receiving gifts through expressing of love or quality time. You spend the quality time with me and then you're pressing your phone throughout the time. That's not communication. No communication. We can just stay at home and then we just chat on WhatsApp and then leave it. But then when you see face to face, there's that need to communicate, have that eye to eye contact, talk about things that bothers you, things that defines you. You're in a friendship. Where is our friendship leading us to? It's not about romantic relationship. I'm talking about like normal friendship or relationship too. Have that defined goals. Where is it getting us to? You always need to communicate at every point in time. Your friendship, your relationship. Always try to have open communication. It's very, very key, and that's like a building block to keep every long-lasting friendship or relationship.
Oh, that's really fantastic. And so that reminds me that real love, do not break. Okay, do not break. When it has to do with real love. But however, there are a lot of times we talk about, just like you said, respect. Is very important. But then so many times, because of this, a lot of persons do not know when to say no. I do not want this. No, I want this, and all of that. So trespassing through boundaries and all of this. So right away here, let's talk about. You did mention about romantic relationships. So is it possible to just have this person as somebody with your relationship, and then you not feel that extent of feeling like you are in a romantic relationship? Is it possible?
Well, as a young person, I would say even in a romantic relationship, sometimes you actually have that feelings. Of course, we are all humans, but also you have to express these feelings to the person you feel this feelings is towards the person, because sometimes you're in a relationship or you're in a friendship and then you're having those feelings and then you don't express it. And you just expect the person to know that, oh, this person loves me, this person cares for me. Sometimes my actions cannot actually tell, so we need to wait. Like some persons words actually speaks for them very well. So you want to say, oh, I love you, oh, I miss you, those kind of keywords. And you can actually hug. There's nothing wrong with hugging someone on campus or hugging your friend. So expression of those loves actually very key to make someone know that, oh, this person actually loves me, this person cares for me. And also I said communication, to communicate with the person, learn to communicate your feelings or express your feelings to the person.
Okay, so let's turn to you, Nurse Atim. Precisely, a lot of persons like me, I am afraid of relationship because there are a lot of questions I am afraid of asking people. So this is one thing I want to ask you now. Are there key questions that I should be able to ask, or the opposite gender should be able to ask before getting into relationship? Are there key questions that we should be looking out for this?
Yes, of course. Before you get into any relationship, for the young ones, you must know what you are going in for. Questions: why am I here? What will be the end? For every relationship, for every young person, you see that close. Once there is a relationship, they need an outcome. They need the end in which most time people tailor it towards marriage, and that is the final destination. But some people must ask that question, why are we in this relationship? What kind of relationship are we practicing? What will be the boundaries? You must set boundaries. Because if you don't set boundaries, there's something I used to call assumption relationship. You are just assuming. The person have not asked you out. You are just assuming we are in a relationship. Relationship should be defined. Well defined, where each party knows, okay, I am here because of this, I am here because of this, and those things are answered. That is communication. When those boundaries are not set, those ends and objectives of this relationship, that is why at the end of it, you see a lot of heartbreaks. According to the people involved, there was an heartbreak. If you don't ask your questions very well, you don't know where you are going to, you don't set your boundaries, there's always chaos at the end of it. So for every relationship, you must set your objective, you must have your concepts. While you are there. But if along the line something changes, fine. At every point in time, every junction you find yourself, you must tell yourself, why am I here? Why is it? That kind of a thing. Define it. Don't live in denial. Don't live in assumption. Okay, we are good to go. At the end of it, you may not even be the person in the picture. So those are the questions you must ask. Why am I here? Is this a relationship leading to where? Is it platonic? We have a lot of relationship. If it's platonic, let us state, is it bestie? They call it bestie. If somebody
Venice.
Yes, that bestie. So sometimes the bestie turns to different besties. So you must be able to define
what exactly bestie is that you want. Okay, so before we let you slide down, we are having Emmanuel. Emmanuel is disagreeing with you. Emmanuel is saying, I don't agree with you, Manos. Pointing out the fact that you can fear someone without respecting them, and you can, love without respecting, because of pride. Okay, but he went further to say that, but you can't respect someone without loving them. So, he said respect is more important than love.
Okay, this respect we are talking about.
Okay.
You cannot pretend about. What if I decide to pretend that I'm respecting you based on what I'm gaining, based on age, based on so many things, based on traits?
Okay.
The person can say, okay, let me just pretend as if I'm respecting this particular person, but actually in his or her mind there's nothing like that.
Okay.
If given any opportunity, you display, you understand.
Exactly.
You say that is what we are talking about, genuine respect.
Okay.
The love must go in front before this respect, because if there is no love, that respect is not there. So the two things are just, they have to marry themselves, they have to be together, else it's respect is that, okay, this person is so good to me, this person, let me just show. Some people don't understand what respect is all about, because we hear our mothers talk about respect, we hear our fathers talk about respect. That's the way that the real respect, most people don't understand.
Okay, so you did talk about marrying both terms together, and this reminds me where a lot of young people out there are afraid of getting married. They have fears about marriage simply because of the toxic relationship that people go through currently. When they are single, they see a lot of persons doing a whole lot of funny things, and so they'll be like, oh my goodness, if this is what is happening, especially with the trending rate of divorce, breaking homes and all of that. So a lot of persons are just afraid. But yeah, let's still turn to you, Manos. Precisely this question have been troubling a whole lot of young persons. When it has to do with marriage, what exactly makes marriage successful, and then preventing a whole lot of toxic marriage at the end of the day in terms of relationship.
Okay, before this time, you know that people married out of they did not really know who they were marrying. And for the women, they never knew their rights.
Okay.
You see, women will just arrange that kind of arranged marriage.
Arranged marriage. Okay.
Yes, go and marry, obey your husband.
Okay.
Have your children, and that's all. You see, with education, a lot of things are happening. You know why? Because women are beginning to know their rights.
Exactly.
You get it?
Okay.
Like in a marriage that the man is there, that is as if he's the general overseer of the home.
Okay.
For the young generation, the Gen Z, that patience is not there.
Okay.
You are not into an arranged marriage.
Okay.
Arranged marriage, the husband is always the husband is a advanced man, and this other one is like a very young person. Okay. You see, what marriage success, what gave right to the rate of success we have was that because marriage is for better, for worse.
Okay.
Whether the man is providing or not, you must stay there. No family wanted their daughters to come back, but now the young generation, they know they are right, they know what they want. They cannot succumb to so many things. They cannot. Polygamy was there. The man was able to marry 10 wives or even 5.
Exactly.
But now, you see, they have read books, they have gone to school. Things have changed. The man was like, woman, you have to provide for yourself. I've given you farm, you and your children. But things have changed. That is the increase in the high rates of divorce. Because the things that my father did, your son cannot, no woman will expect a son to do that and they will tolerate it. The level of tolerance is not there again.
Okay.
The level of that natural love is not there again. When men will like, really, I have a family, I love my family. But for the Gen Z generation, if they don't really understand what you bring to the table, they will jet out of the marriage. That is why you have to increase. There's no understanding any longer. So that is why you see increase in divorce and all those things. For marriages that are for now fine, you have to throw the part of your parents. You have to look at what happened and then you'll be able. It's not easy because it's not easy when it comes to marriage. You see a lot of issues that you may not want to tolerate. A may tolerate it, B may not tolerate it, especially with the high level of education of women in the society now. No woman wants to be trodden. Downtrodden, you know, don't want to say, don't go to school. A lot of women, it's not going to be like that again now.
Exactly.
And
So we're going to be going on a short commercial break, and this commercial break is just to celebrate you, for being so an incredible woman. And so when we are back from this short commercial break, don't forget that we'll be talking about something very interesting. Okay, so I'm doing this cheer up for you because you have been such an amazing and incredible woman.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so very much for staying tuned with us, and welcome back from that short break. Celebrating every woman out there means so much to me. Okay, so today we're actually discussing about young people. This is a youth hangout. Don't forget our phone lines are still open, so you also send in your messages as well as your contributions. All right, so right away here, before we let you guys go, we've talked about healthy relationships. We've talked about toxic relationship, but let's quickly look at tolerance, inclusion, as well as respect. Don't forget Emmanuel, had his own opinion to share in that regard. So how does practicing tolerance actually, help to promote a healthy, of course, an understandable relationship is the case?
Okay, tolerance. We have a lot of rules. Sometimes it depends on where you are coming from, your family.
Okay.
We are meant to tolerate one another.
Okay.
But when, people have a lot of psychological issues.
Okay.
If you cannot tolerate, tolerance means that you are taking what ordinarily you will not want to.
Exactly.
But because you are looking at the end of what you are about to do, the tolerance is you forbearing the situation that is not right for you.
Okay.
As a human being with sound mental health, you should be able to tolerate a lot of things. Then when there's tolerance, respect comes in there, and love comes in there, you get it. It's not every time that you must be on the fire.
Okay.
Aura for aura. According to the young generation, energy for energy. There are certain things you have to sit down with maturity. I'm talking about tolerance with somebody who is matured. Maturity gave people give people the mind to tolerate a lot of things in a relationship. Okay, this is a human being coming from two different backgrounds.
Okay.
Don't forget that they come from two different backgrounds with two different upbringing, two different ideas. My idea may not be the same like your own.
Okay.
So we learn to blend. In order to blend, there's going to be some hitches, but you have to blend. In blending, you tolerate one another in a healthy relationship. When you don't tolerate, it means you are not meant for that person. For every person, there is somebody. You get it? If that tolerance is not there, it means you have some issues. A lot of persons have like anger issues. They are not there because of the background, maybe the toxicity they have in their homes, what their parents have passed through. They vow. You used to listen to some guys say, my parent passed through this, I vow it cannot be in my own time. Such persons have to be really counseled, given mental health education, a lot of mental health education, rehabilitation. In fact, even within the relationship can always work out.
Okay, so let's quickly cut you there, because here we have Sunday, are saying that the high rate of unsuccessful marriages these days is because these Gen Z generations see marriages more a competition, than anything else. So nobody wants to sacrifice anymore. And this brings me to this rapid, fire round, where we're going to be, bombarding you, both of you, you and Rachel precisely. So here we have this particular question that really, triggers me so much. Now, we talk about just one instances that helps build your relationship. What is that one instance?
Okay, the one instance that is this same tolerance.
Okay.
Being able to see the future as being bright.
Okay.
From where I am coming from the traditions.
Okay.
In fact, spirituality helps too.
Okay.
Because what you do not know, you take it to God.
So it means there you have a whole lot to
Yes.
share. Now let's turn to Rachel right away here. So what is that most thing, that paramount thing, that favorite thing you loved about campus relationship?
Okay, I will say communication. Some people
Okay.
communicate with persons, make friends.
Okay.
But for young people out there, you can always turn out to Soft Life 247 for more information. I also have the Youth Friendly Center at
Okay.
Malabo. Also have the Youth Friendly Center at General Hospital, where you can actually meet young consultants like me. We have young persons there that
Okay.
actually comes to you and get more information about your sexual reproductive health and rights.
So in other words, a healthy relationship is built upon trust, right, respect,
Yes.
and all of this. All right, so thank you so very much for staying tuned with us on 103.5 Unico Radio International. Don't forget that today we have learned how relationship thrives on communication, respect, empathy, and of course, setting a genuine and real boundaries, and that every healthy connections begins with self-awareness. Thank you so very much for staying tuned with us. Don't forget, if it doesn't help us to grow, let it go. And by next week, same time, same station, we're going to be having a whole lot of giveaway, but you have to do just one task. You just need to log on to www.softlife247.com, participate on that particular task, and trust me, we're going to be having a whole lot of gift items for you. And don't forget to follow all of our social media platforms. On Unico, on Facebook we are Unico Radio International. On X we are Unico Rain 1, and on Instagram we are Unico Rain. Join us again next week Thursday at 6 p.m. for another exciting edition of Youth Hangout 2025, proudly supported by the Cross River State Ministry of Health and UNFPA. I am your host. My name is Obase Thompson. Do have a pleasant and a fantastic weekend ahead. Bye for now.